Hi guys, I'm Jamey the Spirit Coach and I am here to give you guys a general reading. Welcome. Please do take what resonates and leave the rest, guys, because this reading may or may not be for you at this time. Do feel free to check out your sun, moon, or rising sign though, because there could be other messages in those readings for you. Gemini, this message is going to be for you. For this round of readings, we are doing a spread that I come up with called the Hero's Journey. I believe that we all walk our own hero's journey, right? When we're going through this healing, right? When we're going through changes, transformation, and coming into enlightenment, right? Raising our vibrations and learning all these things about the self and how the universe works and operates, right? So in that, I wanted to see like each of your zodiacs, and I wanted to see what your hero's journey looks like. And I believe that we all walk this journey many times over in our life. It doesn't necessarily have to be one time, but this is something that you could have been going through from the time you were a child all the way up to present day, right? Because this hero lives within you. You are your own hero. You have all the tools that you need to save yourself, to change yourself, to create a better life for yourself, right? So we're going to look at your beginning, middle, and end of the storyline here and how this hero kicks in, what initiates it, what is it showing you when it's initiated, and how's it bringing you through and what it's bringing you to, right? So Gemini, I already went ahead and pre-shuffled your cards and laid them out to save on time. So the first card out we have from the Sacred Rebels Oracle deck. This is Against the Grain. And this is what I'm considering the hero within you to be, this archetype. It does not matter if you are being reflected back a female or a male in the imagery. It's simply the energy of the card. So when you're looking at this card, Against the Grain, she's swimming under the sea, but there's also birds. Do you see birds here in this card under the sea? I don't know why Little Mermaid is coming up. That could have been a movie that was significant for you when you were a child. But like Little Mermaid is coming through hardcore here. And when I think of Little Mermaid, the story of Little Mermaid, right? She wanted to be human. She wanted to have legs so much that she was willing to give away her beautiful voice in order to become human, right? To walk on land so that she could have true love, right? So it's like wanting to be different, wanting to be out of the ordinary, if that makes sense. So this is like the hero within you, Gemini, okay? So we're going to read from this card from the book. I love reading these messages because there's so much information in this book in particular. And I just truly believe that there's stuff in here that you guys can take with you, right? So Against the Grain, it says here, you want birds to be able to fly underwater. You want love to trump power. You want humanity to relate to each other as equals and to recognize the sacredness in you and in the world around you. You want to unleash the beauty that hides in even the ugliest of scenes or sentiments. You want to make possible what others say cannot be. You are a radical dreamer, a sacred rebel, and you bring the light of a more positive future to this world. However, this can have its burdens. Deep within, you may feel that you don't really fit in with the rest of the world. Perhaps your sense of how things can be and how they really are is so different to the smaller minds or more fearful hearts of many others that you are rarely received for all that you offer. This might make you feel frustrated, thwarted, or lonely at times. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honor that which is different in your unusual ways and become Let me start that over. The universe so loves you for your unusual take on things, for the quirkiness in you that dares to honor that which is different and renders the impossible possible. You must never ever lose your unusual ways and become dry, serious, appropriate, or conventional. Not even for appearance's sake, for you would lose your essence. You are here to show that life is all about so much more than conventional success. This oracle comes with a special message for you. You are someone who lives and breathes in the depths of creative waters. You need to lose yourself to the flow of music, nature, dreams, imagination, and fantasy through art and literature, meditation, dance, and in sensual surrender to the sacred waters of the ocean, the river, the lake, or the bathtub. You must go against the grain. It is your way. You are not one of the followers, but one of the agitators. However, yours is not a force of disrespectful chaos. You are a loving catalyst, and by simply being yourself, you constantly remind people that there is always another way. This oracle comes with the particular guidance that you are meant to be exactly as you are. You are meant to be the black sheep, the rainbow sheep, or even the wild wolf in the flock of sheep, the daring butterfly spirit calling to the caterpillars. That is you. The price you pay for the gift of individuality is that you must take care of it and guard it so that you are not dulled down and conditioned into playing at being something you are not. If this has happened or is threatening to happen, this oracle brings you comfort. You will always dream of birds that fly underwater. You know that the true nature of your being can never be changed. At most, it can only be hidden for a time. Now is the time to accept who you are and allow your truths to be freely expressed. Don't worry about the effects of going against the grain. When we are who we are in truth, we attract the support, protection, and energy that we need to thrive. Your power comes from aligning your outward self with your inner truth, not with the general consensus. You will then find other dreamers, other wild butterflies, and atypically colored sheep to join you in your conjuring better visions for the world. Yes, this is the perfect card for you, Gemini. This is the perfect message for you. I have quite a few Geminis in my life, and you guys definitely are the quirkier energy of the group. Sorry, I was having a hard time spitting that out. But you guys you're the playful ones. You're the ones that do think outside of the box, and you do completely go against the grain, right? Some of my closest friendships and relationships are Geminis, and you guys it's just beautiful. Your energy is so beautiful to me. And if you think about the Zodiac of, like, you know, the symbol of the Gemini, it's the twins, right? You're so dual, and you're so, like, kind of over here and then over there and over here and over there and fantastical and imaginary and playful, right? And I love that so much about you. And that is that hero within you as well. So now we're going to go a little deeper, Gemini, and we're going to look at your storyline, beginning with the first part of your message. This could have been something that happened ever since you were a child, like I say, or it could be something that happens, and when it happens, it initiates this hero within you, right? So the first card we have up is the Eight of Wands, okay? Eight of Wands is a fast, quick, incoming energy. It's also kind of an unexpected energy, and it's an energy of movement. It's moving. These wands are flying through the air. So I feel like your hero within is in motion, always moving for you, Gemini. Always moving, right? It also can show up very quickly, very unexpectedly for you. You may have been a child that was born unexpectedly. Maybe, maybe your parents weren't expecting to get pregnant when they did, and then there you were, a little surprise, right? It could have been something like that for you, Gemini. But also with this card of movement, this is also a card of growth, a card of like fruitfulness, right? Because these wands have these green leaves on them, mentioning, like for me, it's mentioning growth, right? So it's like when you're in motion, when you're in movement, Gemini, when you're in motion, that is when this hero within you is most present, most forthwith, right? Like standing forward. And then we have the Hermit in reverse coming out next. So this could be like, maybe you get like a rush of energy that comes into you, Gemini, or you get this rush. It is like a rush of energy because it's wands, it's a fire energy, and you're an air energy. So for you, it could be like this quick incoming energy, and when it does, like you may want to isolate yourself. You may want to kind of seclude yourself because we've got Hermit in reverse. Hermit in the upright and in reverse pretty much are the same message, but in the reverse, it's speaking on making sure that you're not locking yourself away too much, too often, too frequently, right? It could be too, like, with the next card we have in the middle of your story, it's tying in with this energy, with this Hermit reverse, because we have the Five of Cups reversed, right? And this is like a depressed, sad energy, an energy of feeling left out. So I'm getting like when you were a child and growing up, like you felt that maybe your energy was too sudden or too quick for others even. And it would cause you to isolate and go within and feel alone even. Maybe feel like left out, right? Feeling like you're an outcast. Feeling like you don't fit in. You know, and you could have experienced that with people around you too, right? You could have experienced like people maybe being confused by your energy, not understanding it, not knowing how to work with your energy, because we have next in the middle of your story the Six of Pentacles in reversed. In the upright, it's normally saying like a give and a take, a give and a receive here, a balanced energy. But your energy could have kind of made others feel out of balance because you're so outside of the box, Gemini. Probably because you can like go so far outside of the box that people think that it's just like impossible. But you see the possible where others see the impossible, right? I feel like the hero within you keeps moving because you're meant to stand out. You're meant to be indifferent. You're meant to be like I just feel like you're not meant to fit in with the crowd, Gemini. The Little Mermaid coming back up in the beginning of this. When I think about that movie, like I said before, like she wanted so desperately to have legs, to be human, to fit in with the humans, that she gave away her voice. And by the end of that movie, like she became the mermaid again, right? She ended up turning back into the mermaid after she got married. She got her happy love, whatever. But I don't remember the whole story. It's been years since I've seen the movie. But basically, I want to say that ultimately she ends up learning that she's beautiful just as she is. There's something in that. I don't really know what that's about, Gemini, but there's something in that. Like you see how birds can fly underwater. Like you can see how it would be possible where no one else can. The Little Mermaid saw that it was possible for her to become human. It was possible for her to get legs, right? She believed in that possibility. And, you know, in our hero's journey, in that walk, we do have to face the the enemy, right? And 9 times out of 10, the enemy in our hero's journey is ourself, because it's our own fears. It's lies that we've told ourselves, you know. And so, like in most movies where there's a villain and a hero, you know, the hero has to have enough courage to face the bad guy, right? So in your own hero's journey, you have to have enough courage to face yourself and see that your extraordinary, outside of the box ways of being are beautiful, right? Are magnificent, are unique, and are something that helps the collective, right? You help the rest of us also while you help yourself, right? Then I continued to shuffle, and we come into the end of your story, Gemini. And at the end of your story, I only wanted 2 cards for each of these sections, right? And I did get a 3rd card for the end of the story. Now, when I say the end of your story, don't take this as a definite. Energy is fluid. It can be changed. You can transform the ending of your story. However, you know, your energy will change it, right? But if this is saying, like, if you listen to your hero within, if you follow the advice of your higher self, then this is what the outcome is, right? And this is what it brings you back to. Anytime that hero within you is sparked and awakened, it brings you back to this. So we come over here, and the first card that jumped out and landed over here was the 7 of Swords. And I feel like in the last couple of readings I've done for you, Gemini, this card has come out. And I don't feel that this card is your energy at all. I feel this is the energy of the people around you that have misunderstood you. The people around you that have talked bad about you or shamed you for being different, right? This is like deceptive energy, talking about like gossip, naysayers, sneakiness, lies, betrayal, like deceptive energy. And I feel like this is the energy that you've been up against in your lifetime, right? And also, your hero knows that energy within you, and it sees it and recognizes it right away, Gemini. And it protects you, right? It protects you. And I felt it was important for that message to be shared here, because it is like for a period of your life, maybe in the middle of your journey, there was a time where you felt down, you felt discouraged, you felt like maybe there was something wrong with you. Maybe there was like you would question yourself, like, I don't know how to explain that, but I am really feeling that for you, Gemini. You may have battled with depression, anxiety, things like that, because you're so different. But you're so beautiful. You're so beautiful, Gemini. You bring such energy like we've never experienced with any other zodiac, right? So finally, we have underneath the 7 of Swords, we have the Justice card and the King of Cups. So this is what it brings you to. This is the hero within you standing up, right? Bringing karmic justice in. Balancing the scales for you. Because I almost feel like you initiate that too in others, Gemini. Like, because you're so radically different, because you think so different, it challenges the way other people think, right? And it brings balance. It brings balance. And then we have King of Cups. King of Cups is like emotional fulfillment, a compassionate leader, someone who takes action on the things that they truly enjoy doing, that they know is going to be for the greater good of everyone, right? Like also someone who acts passionately towards the things that call to them, that feel good in their soul regardless of what someone else thinks. He sits on his throne like proud of himself. knowing that he is capable of taking care of others, of leading others from a place in his heart, right? With his cups here. His chalice is overflowing. He is the ruler of his emotions. His emotions do not rule him. So I almost feel like you had to come through that, right? Where you overcame like this deceptive, yucky energy of others, right? Maybe going through like hard times in relationships, hard times in friendships, feeling an imbalance, right? Maybe you felt a lot of times like you would give for others to only take and never return the same to you, right? But you've learned how to overcome the deception. You've learned how to see through the small-mindedness of others. Because at the bottom of the deck, we have the Nine of Wands. So even though you may have been bruised and beaten through this journey, you still come out at the end successful. And you've learned from those injuries, right? You've learned and gained a lot from those injuries. So that hero within you, Gemini, wants you to completely embrace this completely different part of you that's not like anyone else. This part of you that can be so creative with your imagination. This is you. This is you. All right, so we're going to pull one final message from the Enchanted Oracle map and see where it's taking you, Gemini. Where is this hero within taking you? Can we get one card for Gemini? Where is this hero within taking Gemini? Coming to life. I love it. Coming to life. Gemini, this was also in, was it Aries? I think this was an Aries reading as well, so it might benefit you to watch the Aries reading. You may have Aries placements, or you could be dealing with an Aries in your life, but ultimately, this card is saying that it's bringing you to this space. It is this King of Cups type of energy too, but bringing you to a space where you feel like you can be your absolute self, right? Doing things that feel passionate for you, right? Also, I saw on the, like with the Aries reading, I remember seeing this globe here that she up here. It's like a portal of manifestation. The 29 number breaks down to 11. So remember how I was saying like you initiate this karmic justice in situations? You also are this portal to manifestation, right? Like I feel like you start getting others to think differently or think outside of the box. You know, you approach others and suggest things, right? Or mention something, and when you do, it just like sparks this whole new thing and brings about these manifestations. Okay, so let's see. Oh, wrong book. We'll read from the book on this one, Gemini, and then I am now offering extended readings on Patreon. If you are interested, we will be doing the extended of this reading at the end over there. So if you'll look in the description box below, you'll see the link for my Patreon where you can click and come join the community over there for exclusive content and like monthly and mid-monthly extended readings and more. Okay, so go ahead and check that out if you're interested in that. All right, so here we go with coming to life. Something beautiful is being born in your life. When you look at your life, can you see how you've grown and evolved over time? Perhaps you've shed skins and identities and created new ones, or at the very least, matured in your ideas about yourself and the world you inhabit. You know things take time, and Spirit's timetable is rarely in sync with your own. This card indicates that a long-held dream is beginning to show signs of life. You must try not to coax it along or shape it according to your desires. Spirit knows the best form for the manifestation of this dream, and your life can become even better than you could possibly imagine. Now is the time for reverence and awe. Allow the contours of your path to be carved by the hands of the divine. All you have to do is show up. That was reminding me when I was reading that, Gemini, of the Little Mermaid movie came back to my mind, and I was remembering a clip from the movie when the prince, he's like seeking Ariel's voice. Like, he fell in love with her singing voice. I think the first time he saw her, she was sitting on a rock as a mermaid singing. So then when she saw him, once she had legs and she couldn't speak, like, he had already fallen in love with Ariel, and he didn't recognize her as Ariel. Right? So it's like what I was being reminded of in that interpretation of that card is not trying to control things, right? How did the Little Mermaid try to control her outcome? Well, she gave her voice away to become human in the hopes that she would get closer to this love. All in all, that hurt her, right? It hurt her more than it helped her. So, like, it's like teaching you not to change yourself, not to change who you are or mask who you are, instead to be fully you, fully authentically you. So that is all I have for you, Gemini. That's a beautiful message, a beautiful reading, and I hope it resonated. Feel free to hit that like button, guys. Give me a follow if you haven't already, or comment down below how the reading has resonated. I truly love getting that feedback from you guys. It helps me so much. Again, like I was saying before, if you're interested in joining me on Patreon, go ahead and click the link in the description box, and we'll see you over there. Otherwise, I'll see you guys again next time. Bye.